My first question is, what do you do when you find yourself in a hole? Go ahead, yell it out. Stop digging. My second question is, what do you do when you find yourself in a bubble? Pop it. Good. Good advice for anyone who finds themselves trapped inside something that they cannot see. A bubble or an echo chamber is any place where you only encounter information or ideas or opinions that reinforce or align with what you currently believe, value, or your own perspective. Okay. I first found myself in a bubble when I was in university. It was my birthday, and my university friends invited me out to dinner. I brought along a friend from high school named John. John didn't go to university. He went to trade school. He had a different set of politics than my friends from university had. Within about 30 minutes of dinner, a fight erupted and the party quickly came to an end. I felt like I threw my friend John to a pack of hungry dogs, not because John was helpless, not because my friends were dogs. Rather, it was because my friends had attacked John's ideas so relentlessly and without ever letting go. It is important to know when you are in a hole. It is important to know when you are in a bubble. Tonight I'd like to propose a simple test to help you find out if you are in a bubble, and then a simple experiment to try to help you find your way out. First, I'd like to say that not all bubbles are bad. A small group of trusted friends is essential for human flourishing. A small group of friends are who we turn to during life's trials and tribulations, through the good times and the bads, through life's ups and downs. These friendships often evolve out of shared interest, experience, values, and beliefs. But there's a hidden cost to these friendships. We tend to reinforce the values and the beliefs of the group, and therefore we close ourselves off to other ideas and opinions. So a simple test for you to do to determine if you are in a bubble is to make a list of the things that you are most passionate about, to make a list of the beliefs and things that you believe in. I'm not talking about your favorite foods or colors, music or movies. I'm talking about controversial subjects. I'm talking about government, politics, religion, culture. Are you pro-choice or are you pro-life? Should trans athletes be allowed to participate in women's sports? Should race be a factor in college admissions? Now, many of you are going off to university in the next year or so, and these are the type of questions that you'll be confronted with on campus. So once you make your list, you should ask your friends, what do they believe? And what you will probably find rather quickly is that there's little disagreement amongst any of the things that you believe. So I'd like to propose an experiment. Make friends with someone with whom you passionately disagree with, or better, with someone that you do not like, someone with different politics, different values, different beliefs, someone from a different socioeconomic class, someone with a different educational background. I encourage you to do this for a few reasons. First, people with different experiences, different values, different beliefs, different perspectives challenge the way we think. They challenge our beliefs, and therefore they promote us to grow. The people we tend to surround ourselves with tend to only reinforce our current way of thinking. They don't challenge our way of thinking, they don't push back with force, and we are all as likely to be wrong in our own insulated viewpoints of the world as any other group is. We all have biases, we all have blind spots. Few of us rigorously test the evidence upon which we base our beliefs. We are also so certain that our beliefs, our tribe, our group is always right, and it's always the other group that is always wrong in their thinking. Second, one of the reasons that I'd encourage you to find friends with people who you passionately disagree with is because it promotes unity. By unity, I do not mean conformity. So this is a graph made by the Pew Research Center. And what they've done over the past 20 years is they've consistently asked participants 10 different questions, and they've been sorted out based on their political beliefs. And if you look at 1994, all right, you'll see on the left-hand side is the Democratic side. That tends to be, if you're not from the U.S., that's the more liberal side of the country. And on the right side, the red side, is the Republican or the more conservative side of the country. And what you'll see is that in the middle, there's a large mix of people who are both conservative and who are both liberal, who share the same beliefs, who share the same opinions. But then if you start to go forward in time, you're going to start to see these two groups diverge. 1999, 2004, you're starting to see the emergence of distinct groups. 2011, 2014, 2015, and 2017. What you see when you study these people is that they don't talk to each other. They don't share the same information, and they do not live in the same communities. They have literally insulated themselves from any beliefs, opinions, or information that runs contrary to their own. We are all part of the social experiment together. I know that I am not always right. I know that I walk around believing things that are just patently untrue. Everyone does. Few people actually admit it, and that's something our society actually needs. Admitting that we do not know everything is how we get closer to the truth. Admitting we don't know everything is how we escape from bubbles. Now, there's one last thing I'd like to pick on before I conclude tonight. Many of you are going off to university, and many more of you have university degrees, at least the adults in the audience. And when you go off to university, you are going to meet educated people. They will be able to tell you about the implications of quantum mechanics and general relativity. They will charm you with quotes from Rousseau and Hobbes or Nietzsche and Camus. They will expose you to the great ideas contained in the great books and art that will broaden your horizon. And when you are in this environment, what you will largely overlook is that everyone seems to share the same political or secular or cultural points of view. That is, what you're likely to overlook is that you are in a bubble. And it's going to be easy to convince yourself that you are not in a bubble because people who are well educated are unlikely to be mistaken. Higher education, or university after all, is higher education. If anyone is certain of how to walk out of the path of ignorance, surely it's the enlightened. What is the first thing you do when you find yourself in a bubble? Yell it out. Pop it. I encourage you to seek out uneducated people. By uneducated, I don't mean stupid. I don't mean ignorant. What I'm referring to is people who haven't been forced through 16 or more years of schooling that have filtered out and promoted only one way of thinking. Uneducated people are easy to find. Most likely, they're going to make your food or cut the grass on campus. They're going to fix the plumbing when the pipes burst. Maybe they're going to put gas in your car. Or maybe they're a friend with a set of totally different beliefs and values and perspectives. Thank you.